When he walks down the street, he smiles at everyone. Everyone that he meets calls him King of Kensington.
How you doing, King?
Thank God, this King.
He finds his fortune in the faces that surround him. His wife says helping other people brings him luck. But then his mother tells a slightly different story. He's the only king around without a buck. He's a man among men, the people's champion. And when destiny calls him,
I'm sorry, that line is still busy.
he's king of Kensington. What a guy.
Al, everybody's business is slow. I got people coming into my store trying to buy milk on time. Well, it's a liberal government. They got tremendous support from low-income voters. So, the more people that keep on low income, the more support they get. Hey, Al, hold the line a second, will you? Okay. Yeah, Mrs. Whibley, look, I read the lease, and they can kick anybody out of the apartment building if they play music too loud or dance till 2 in the morning. I'm afraid your parties have got to stop.
A bunch of old squares, they're always uptight. Well, I'm going to move
Where?
to a singles apartment.
A singles apartment?
Yeah, where I can really get it on.
Well, Mrs. Whibley, if you have any problems, you let me know, huh?
Later.
Al? Yeah, I know you've been a barber 35 years, but times change. Get yourself a hairdryer and do some styling. No, you don't have to change your name. But Pierre is no good. Because it doesn't sound right, Pierre Brodsky.
Honey,
Hey, can you hold it a second? My wife's taking inventory. Okay, hang on. Yeah, honey.
4 dozen baggies.
4 dozen baggies.
Larry, why
Yeah.
don't we carry 2 dozen ashtrays that say souvenir of Palm Springs, California?
Well, how many people in this neighborhood can afford to go to a place like Palm Springs, California?
Not too many.
Right, but at least they can afford an ashtray.
That's crazy. Why not carry ashtrays that say souvenir of the French Riviera?
Next shelf. Al? Yeah. Listen, why don't you give it a try? Hey, attaboy. Huh? No, I don't think so. Well, you just gave me a haircut last week. But Al, I don't need it. All right. Okay, Al, I'll see you on Saturday. All right. Pierre Brodsky.
Who's Pierre Brodsky?
Al the barber.
What's his problem?
Well, his cash register's got the dry look. But I told him September's always been a slow month.
That's what's worrying me. In this store every month is September.
Hey, Chucky. Are you into those Playboys again?
I know, Mr. King. I'm reading Sports Illustrated.
Attaboy, Chucky. Hey, honey, come here. Now, come on. Don't worry. Yeah, you see, everything's gonna get better.
Yeah, our luck's gotta change.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll have a fire.
Hi, Mom.
Chucky, I told you 100 times you shouldn't read Playboy.
Well, you leave him alone. He's reading Sports Illustrated.
Since when does Sports Illustrated have a centerfold of Raquel Welch? Go, Chucky, go find a girl.
We're the only variety store in the neighborhood. Why is business never booming?
It's the thermometers.
Ma, why do you always have to bring up the thermometers?
Because nobody but you would overstock with 150 Fahrenheit thermometers.
I'd like to send the government the thermometers. They could stick them up their Celsius.
Honey, I think Mom has a point. Maybe we should get rid of your old merchandise.
What old merchandise?
The bolo bats and the hula hoops.
Oh, come on. I bet you those fads will come back, honey.
And what about the old curling irons?
People still use curling irons.
Not the kind that you heat on the stove.
And what about all the credit?
Ma, if I don't give credit, people wouldn't come into the store.
They don't come in anyway.
Yeah, but if I didn't give credit, even the people that don't come in won't come in.
Oh.
Now, come on. Trust me. Everything's all right.
Larry, whenever your father, may he rest in peace, told me that everything was all right, I knew we were in trouble. Level with me. Are we in the dumper?
The dumper.
Are we bankrupt?
Come on, bankrupt. Look, sometimes business is slow. I can understand you both being concerned. But I'm on top of everything. everything. I got the whole situation under control.
Dumper.
King's Variety. Yeah, just a minute. Honey, it's the guy from Bombay.
Bombay, don't accept the call.
It's not long distance. It's the Indian you helped get into Canada. He's here.
Hello? Hey, Mr. Sharma, great to hear your voice. How was the trip? Oh, it took you a month. 1 day to fly and 29 days at Canadian Immigration. Oh, sure, yeah. All right, I'll see you. Hey, he's here. He's thrilled out of his mind. Wants to come over to the house and thank me personally.
You're letting an Indian come to our house?
Yeah, so what?
Kathy, he's letting an Indian come to our house.
Isn't it awful? No red-blooded bigot would take that. Go get him, Ma. Bye, honey.
Another Indian. There's not enough here. Ugandans, Pakistanis, Jamaicans. I always used to want to travel and see the world. I can save my money. The world's coming to me.
You're prejudiced. The only thing that makes a country great, Ma, is people. And don't forget that if Canada didn't let people in, you would still be in Poland.
You call me prejudiced. Let me tell you something, my dear son. When your father and I came to this country, some people used to call us kikes.
Hey, Ma, what people called you kikes?
The hunkies.
The ministers announced they would meet again next month in Geneva. To recap today's important stories, we can look for an increase in gasoline prices, and there is still the threat of a mail strike.
More strikes. Even John Turner's on strike.
He's not on strike. He resigned because of the interest rates.
Yeah.
His interest in being finance minister went down, and his interest in being prime minister went up.
Hey, if anybody's interested, I just got back.
Speedy, the traveling salesman returns. How was the trip out west?
Hey, like Humphrey Bogart would have said when he saw those Vancouver supermarkets. All right, sweetheart. I knew the strawberries were missing, but what happened to the rest of the food?
That's pretty good. That's a good one.
Where's King? He's late for the game.
By the way, come here, Max. Listen, I just spoke to his mother. They got big money trouble. I'll be very surprised if King comes to the game today.
It's a raid! Surprise?
Yeah, there is. Look, King is a proud man. Not a word about his business troubles.
Come on, King's 5 years ahead of the rest of Canada.
What do you mean?
He's broke now.
Come on. No business talk, eh?
Right,
Especially
no
you.
business
Don't
talk.
say a word about business.
Okay,
No
okay,
business.
no business
Okay.
talk.
Hey, hi, King.
Hey, King!
How you doing, King? Hi, King. So, how's business?
Max, I came over here to play cards, not to talk business.
Right.
Okay, what's the ante, huh? $1? Deal me in.
Your credit's good with us.
Sure.
Well, why not? You all owe me money. Come on, can anybody here tell me what's happening?
Well, King, it's
Anybody except Max.
All right, King. Here is the story. I phoned your house. Gladys answered the phone. I said, hello, and she said you were going bankrupt.
Thank you.
Yeah, then she said she was going to have to take in sewing.
Man, sewing. Tony.
That's what she said.
Glad is taking sewing. King, if I give you this sweater, could you have it back by Saturday?
Yeah, sure. How do you want it, on a hanger or in a box?
Look, King, we are your friends. You can talk to us about your problems.
Sure.
Maybe on a hanger.
All right. You guys win. I got a very, very serious problem.
What?
I want to play cards. Deal.
King, could I ask you something?
Yeah.
Are you sure you have enough money?
Yeah, I'm sure I got enough money.
Can you let me have $5?
Well, my husband will be very happy to meet you, Mr. Sharma.
And I him, Mrs. King. It's not everyone that will lend a helping hand to a stranger. Your husband doesn't even know me, and yet he helped me into this country. A kind deed, one that he did not have to do.
That's what I told him.
That'll be Larry. Honey, we've got company. Mr. Sharma's here.
Where?
In there with your mother.
You left him alone with my mother?
For a second.
That's enough.
Mrs. King, to tell you the truth, I do not know what happened to Sabu.
Mr. Sharma, really good to meet you.
Mr. King, I've been looking forward to this meeting for a long time.
Hey, please, call me Larry.
And you may call me Ashok.
All right, Ashok.
Larry.
then it's settled.
Hey, go ahead, sit down there, Shuck. Well, I found out what the big mix-up was over at immigration. The Canadian immigration officer who was handling your case left town.
What happened?
Finally got his American papers.
Well, thanks to you, Larry, I am here.
Hey.
Oh, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Hey, thank you, Shuck. Hey, that smells fantastic, huh? What is that?
It is called masala dosa. I cooked it especially for you.
It looks like strudel.
Actually, it tastes more like a knish. Only with a lot of spices. I hope you can eat spicy food.
I've had the odd pickle.
Oh, please try some.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
How about you, Mrs. King? Do you like it?
I think my poly grip is melting.
Larry?
I love it. It's fantastic. It's got kind of a nice bite to it.
Like Jaws.
You know, this stuff is really terrific. Is cooking your hobby?
Larry, my family's been in the restaurant business over 200 years. That's my profession.
Well, let me tell you something. This is delicious. You're going to do okay here.
Oh, no, Larry. After 200 years, I am tired of cooking. I'm getting a loan to start a small business over on Pembroke Street.
On Pembroke Street? That's where I got my business. You and me are going to be neighbors. What business are you going into?
I'm going to open a variety store. And your business, Larry, what are you in?
The dumper.
You go to bat for a guy so he can come into this country, and he ends up going into business on your block, and it's the same business. Larry, your mother's right.
I'm crazy. You know what I always tell you, Kathy? When you help someone, it comes back.
All the way from India.
Larry, Kathy, children, I got the most wonderful news in the world. That Indian just bit the dust.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Sharma, he can't get the bank loan to start a business.
He what?
Wallace, the bank manager, turned him down. Our business is safe. Isn't that wonderful?
He didn't get the loan? He's got to get the loan.
He didn't hear me. He didn't get the loan. That means there's no new variety store for us to worry about.
He's got to get the loan!
Are you crazy? What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with me? I'm thinking about the poor guy that sponsored Sharma into the country. He is financially responsible for him. And his 8 kids. And his pregnant wife. And her uncle. This poor guy is financially responsible.
That poor guy deserves what he gets. Who in their right mind would sponsor into this country 11 Indian strangers? I had to ask.
8 kids and a pregnant wife. That's not a family. That's a village.
So what are you going to do, King?
Well, Wallace wouldn't give him the loan for the variety store because he's got no experience, right?
Right.
So I'm going to get him a loan for a restaurant. Now, that's his real business.
Hey, wait a minute. If he opens up a restaurant, then I'll have competition.
He's not going to sell sunflower seeds and hot dogs. He's going to sell real food.
Oh.
Look it. I invited him over here, right? So we got to convince him that there is a need for an Indian restaurant in Kensington.
But, King, I don't know anything about Indian food.
You don't have to. Look, I wrote down a bunch of names off of an Indian menu. Here.
Hello?
Hey, that's him. Now, look at you guys. You love Indian food, right?
Yeah, but
read the names of the dishes off the menu, all right? Come on in, Asher. You guys are nuts about Indian food, all right? Sit down. Hey, Ashok. Fellas, I want you to meet Ashok Sharma.
Hey, brother. Hi. I love Indian food.
Well, Ashok, everything's okay with the loan for the variety store? Huh?
There will be no variety store, Larry.
Oh, why?
Because there will be no loan.
Oh, hey, that's a shame.
That's too bad.
Hey, how come you didn't get the loan?
Mr. Wallace, the bank manager, said I didn't have any experience running a variety store.
Canadian.
Wait a minute. Masala You know, his family's been in the restaurant business for 200 years.
Yeah?
That is experience.
Sure it is.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a loan to open a restaurant.
Yeah, terrific.
Frankly, I don't think the people in this area would like Indian food.
He makes masala dosa?
With his eyes closed.
That's terrific.
Shock. I tell you, there's a lot of people here like Indian food.
Yeah. Who?
Come on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, how many times I got up in the middle of the night with this craving for curried pani.
Curried pani?
Yeah.
That's curried water.
That's what I mean. You can't get it anywhere.
Come now, gentlemen. Now, do you really think Mr. Wallace would give me a loan for a restaurant?
When Wallace tastes your cooking, believe me, you got the loan.
My cooking? No, how's Mr. Wallace going to taste my cooking?
Because he's coming to my house for dinner tomorrow night. And you're doing the cooking.
I am doing the cooking. But Larry, I need so many things. I need pots and pans and spices and tranquilizers.
Tranquilizers?
Cooking makes me nervous.
How do you like that? The trembling gourmet.
Listen, Ashok, go and get everything that you need. You see, after Wallace tastes your dinner, you're going to have the best restaurant this side of Bombay.
Curried water.
There goes the neighborhood.
Hey, kid, when did you invite that Wallace for dinner?
Right now.
Only my son could change our dear Kensington home into the black hole of Calcutta.
The only thing we don't have here is malaria.
How do you handle a hungry manhandlers? I tell you, nothing like the smell of curry. That Sharma's gonna make $1 million.
He hasn't started yet. That's the porridge I burnt this morning.
Well, how's he doing in there?
He is really uptight, Larry. You don't know what's been going on in that kitchen. First he was screaming, then he started to cry. I think he's going bananas.
He's not going bananas. He's just a little tense.
Hi, Larry.
Hey, Ashok, you look terrific.
Thank you. I broke another dish.
Don't worry about it.
I got angry and I threw it on the floor.
Everything is gonna be fine.
I have already broken 5 dishes.
Bananas.
Relax, Ashok. Listen, I've been thinking Wallace probably isn't used to spicy food. You know, Wallace is from England, and those guys are kind of conservative. To Wallace, spicy food is probably a cinnamon bun.
Larry, what are you trying to tell me?
Cook bland.
Cook bland? I don't cook. I create. This will not be just a meal. This will be a masterpiece. Would you ask Ravi Shankar to play Tiger Rag?
Bananas. Hey, Ma, please do me a favor. Go in there and make sure he doesn't overdo it.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on Old Spice.
Boy, you really set the scene for an Indian dinner. Where'd you get all this stuff?
Canadian Tire.
$6.
Oh, Mr. Wallace, glad you could make it. Come on in.
Thank you, Larry.
Here, let me take that. Mr. Wallace, my wife, Kathy.
Ah, Mrs. King, meeting you is the highlight of my day.
You must have had some day.
All my days are the same, Mrs. King. You've no idea how many strange people want money. They think I can finance their wildest schemes. Do you know, a man came into my bank today and wanted to borrow $30 to buy a hair dryer.
What's his name, Al?
No, an unusual name, Pierre Brodsky.
Mrs. King, if Larry's plan works and I get the restaurant, I shall be your eternal servant. Anything you wish of me, you have but to ask.
Just don't come to the house in the daytime.
Yes, an interesting fellow, this Sharma. He came to me for a loan, you know, to get a variety store. Out of the question, of course. And now you say he's a chef.
Oh, one of the best.
His cooking leaves you speechless.
Hey, here's our chef now. Ashok, you remember Mr. Wallace?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, certainly. Yes.
He remembers.
Sharma, old boy, you understand I don't normally come to people's houses in order to judge possible business ventures, but Larry here, being the salesman that he is, persuaded me to come to dinner.
And the price is right.
Well, I have taken great care in preparing this meal. I hope you will not be disappointed.
I hope so, too. I'm very fussy.
Mr. Wallace, how'd you like to sit down here and I can fix you a drink, huh?
Thank you.
Now, let me see. How is our dinner coming along?
I think it's ready. When I stirred it, the ladle started to melt.
Strange. It tastes sort of milky. Well, I will let it simmer for a while I serve the appetizer.
What appetizer?
This.
So, I said to the chaps at head office, he's frivolous, he's a spendthrift, he can't keep within a budget. I think Mayor Drapeau would make an excellent finance minister.
Well, I hope everyone is hungry. I thought an appetizer would be appropriate before I serve the main course.
An appetizer?
Yes. I have marinated goat's meat in the blend of every conceivable spice for 24 hours. There is a special Indian name for this dish, but the way I prepare it, people back home call it Sharma's Inferno.
Excuse me. That's odd. My eyes seem to be watering.
Why don't we get on with the main course? You know, this stuff could fill us up.
Oh, no, Larry. The meal is not complete without eating the appetizer.
Well, here we go.
Ice water, quick, take it.
Call an ambulance.
Not since the war. Not since I served in the King's Own Regiment in Burma have I tasted such marvelous Rogan Josh.
You know about Rogan Josh?
Of course. But this is delicious. It's heavenly, magnificent, superb.
See?
I taste turmeric, of course, and chilies, and fenugreek, and cardamom, and cumin, but what is that extra something? Sharma, you sly devil. What did you add, eh?
A cinnamon bun.
I'll bring him over at 10 tomorrow for the loan, Edgar.
Oh, Larry, recession alone is out of the question, of course. But there's an opening at our head office cafeteria for a short order cook.
Hey, that's great!
Cafeteria? Short order cook? Never! I have cooked for the princes of India.
Sharma, there are 750,000 Canadians out of work.
Well, I accept the job until I get my American papers.
That one, okay. Hey, give this man here a bag. You give him a bag. 95, please. Thank you very much.